Hey Siri, is my law firm ready for voice search?
Here are the settings for wallpaper.
I didn't know you could use Siri for wallpaper.
Apparently.
Maybe I don't enunciate. Cool. You might have just got caught up to optimizing your website to focus on mobile first search, touch inputs versus mouse clicks, or loading in less than 2 seconds. Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but it's time for you to start looking to a future that's already here. While I still see new articles being published all the time about the fact that mobile searches are the majority of searches, come on, that's so 2016. We need to start discussing the fact that according to Google, voice search is already 20% of the searches in the Google app. Now maybe you use Siri to get the score from a game or to find Thai food nearby, and this stat doesn't surprise you. But would it surprise you to learn that this statistic is from 2016? I'm Chris Cassidy, Director of Operations at law firm marketing agency Get Noticed, Get Found, and today I'm talking about how to get your law firm ready for the voice search revolution. Voice search has been a quiet revolution for the past few years, but it's estimated that 75% of households will have at least one smart speaker by 2020, according to the Microsoft 2019 Voice Report. Combine this with the increasing number of searches people do by voice on their mobile devices, and this revolution can't remain quiet anymore. If your law firm focuses on getting new business from online marketing, and if you're watching this video, I assume it does, you must begin optimizing for voice search. First, let's talk about what we mean when we say voice search. There are two types to consider: voice search on regular devices and voice-specific assistants. When we say voice search on a regular device, we mean using your voice to make a query on your phone or computer or whatever instead of typing it out. Voice assistant searches are when you ask your Alexa device in your kitchen or your Google or Siri enabled car for the answer to a question. Let's talk about what your law firm should optimize this year to take advantage of the growth of voice search. We're going to combine those two types for the purposes of this video, but I wanted to differentiate them for a second, because we expect to uncover specific strategies for one versus the other over the coming year. Before I dive into the strategies you can incorporate into your digital marketing to support voice search, I did want to let you know that you can actually rest a little easier after watching this video. That's because Google and Bing and new voice search providers like Amazon and Apple really want to figure this out. They don't want to wait on small business owners around the country to update their websites, so they're working hard to stay ahead of this trend for you. On our end, when we look at our clients' data, I'm already seeing just how successful they can be with a little extra care and focus on optimizing for voice search. If they click on an ad for a firm that my agency manages, I'm able to look at the exact search phrases a prospect uses. This specific data has shown us that over the past couple of years, we've seen an increase in longer search phrases and confusing and misspelled words in these voice searches. Here, let's look at two examples. Okay, Google, give me the number to that lawyer, that accident lawyer that I can speak to for free. When a juvenile is at fault of an accident, what does court aid? We know that Google and other providers are working really hard to figure out how to provide the best answer with existing information on the web. The goal of voice search tools like Siri, Alexa, Google, and Cortana is to use semantic clues to provide as close to the exact answer as they can. With voice assistants, and even more commonly with regular voice search on your phone or desktop, they want to provide one and only one answer. Think about if voice assistants had to work the way current desktop or mobile search does. You would have to listen to Alexa give you a long list of choices, sort them in your head, and then ask for more information about one of the items in the list. The search experience that we know just doesn't translate well to voice assistants, plain and simple. If you look at what Google has been doing lately in the search results, you can see where we're headed. Over the past several years, Google has introduced these things called knowledge cards about people, places, sports scores, and all sorts of other stuff. And now, you can see answer cards right at the top, sometimes even above the ads, with their best guess to the actual answer to the question you searched for. They also adjust the search results based on semantic clues like your previous search history, time of day, physical location, whether you're on a desktop or mobile device, and probably a ton of other factors too. In fact, I actually find it oddly fascinating when I look at these weird voice searches that come into Google Ads that are handled correctly. Google manages to show the correct ad even though the phrase may be very confusing to you or to me. Here's that first example again. Okay, Google, give me the number to that accident lawyer that I can speak to for free. This correctly triggered an ad to one of our accident attorney websites. Interestingly enough, I assume that the prospect had probably seen some TV or billboard ads by a lawyer and was referring to those. Now, our client doesn't do billboard or TV in that market, but since their ad campaign was set up right, they benefited from that search. The other example really shows the quality of Google's voice search algorithm. When a juvenile is at fault of an accident, what does court aid? This showed our client's ad, which had the keywords juvenile court, not court aid. It correctly understood that this strange voice request was really asking, when a juvenile is at fault in an accident, what does the court ask? And showed the correct ad. The ad was clicked and provided a lead to our client. Good news for you is that not doing anything different than you're doing right now will still get you pretty far as these algorithms get better and better over time. However, SEMrush recently did a voice search study and found that these factors influenced a web page being provided as the answer from a voice search. They compared the answer web page from a voice search to the same search made on a mobile device and found that about 80% of the answers returned by voice search were one of the top 3 organic search results. 70% of answers from voice searches occupied a SERP feature like featured snippet. 66% of the answers used some type of schema markup. Page speed of the answer website page given from a voice search was at least 5 times faster than the other search results. You can check out the full voice search study from SEMrush. I'll put a link in the description. Based on this new research, if you want to make sure your website is optimized for voice search results, then enhance it with these items. Increase your website speed. If you optimize your website for mobile, you should have already worked on getting your website to load in under 2 seconds. If you haven't done that yet, then it's even more critical in voice search. We have a blog about all the things you need to consider for increasing the performance of your website. I'll add a link in the description. If you need help optimizing the performance of your website, or just want a review to make sure your website is optimized for mobile search, click the link in the description to connect with one of our marketing consultants today. The next item is to use schema markup on your website. We have been talking about this for a few years, but incorporating schema markup on your website provides the search engine bots with specific semantic information in the exact language they understand. You should be marking up as much as you can on your website to help with the semantic part of the search algorithm. At the most basic, you should use the legal services markup to provide specific information about your law firm business to the search engines. You may have been told to use attorney markup in the past, but that has been removed in favor of legal services markup. In bot speak, you can tell the search bots your exact business name, address, office hours, phone number, the events or seminars you host, a link to the Google Maps you've claimed, the area of the city you serve, awards you've won, the attorneys or employees that work at the firm, and much more. If someone asks their Google app to find a DUI attorney near me, the algorithm knows from your schema markup if your law firm handles DUI, and if it's near the searcher, so it could be included in the results. Of course, if someone searches for a lawyer at 11 p.m. and you've listed your office as only open until 5 p.m. in your schema markup, the algorithm would know not to return your listing to the searcher because it thinks you're closed and therefore not going to be of use to the searcher right now. This is the reason we encourage law firms to have 24/7 outsourced call agents. Never miss a search so you never miss a chance for that client. Okay, next, make sure that the people looking for your specific firm can find you. I know this sounds like common sense, but in addition to using schema to mark up your contact information, you need to also make sure the key directory listings that the voice search industry uses are completely accurate. You don't want someone using voice search to fire up Google or Apple Maps to go to your office only to be taken to the wrong location or get the wrong phone number. This is of critical importance because a prospect looking for your exact firm name in the search is very likely a referral, and we know that referrals easily become the best new clients. The key directories to optimize are Google My Business, used by Google, Yelp, used by Siri, Alexa, and Cortana, Bing Places for Business, used by Cortana, and Apple Maps Connect, used by Siri. My next strategy is that you need to answer questions on your website. People go to the internet to ask questions about things they're unsure about. From Alexa, what time does Starbucks close near me, to, okay Google, how do I get out of a traffic ticket? We speak up to 150 words per minute. The average person only types at 40. So it makes sense that we will begin to use longer natural language questions when using a voice search feature than when we type. To help your content match these increasingly longer queries, spend time on your website writing content to answer questions, not just focused around specific short keywords. Think about what questions should you answer and what are the natural phrases that people use. This is one of the easiest content marketing research projects you as a lawyer get to do. Crazy SEO experts don't get to try to confuse you with magical SEO terms like keyword density and latent semantic indexing and word sense disambiguation. Just put a legal pad next to your phone, write a big title across the top called Questions, and throughout your daily routine talking with prospects and clients, anytime someone asks a question, just write it down in the exact words they use to describe the issue. Now you've got the beginnings of a list of questions using real-world language that you can answer on your website. The content should be simple for you to write because you answer these questions basically every day. I'll even give you some bonus points if you use question and answer schema to mark up the content after adding these new FAQ pages to your website. That's 4 tactics you can implement today to help you get ahead of the curve on optimizing for voice search. Remember, mobile devices took over the majority of search results just a few years ago. Law firms that didn't adjust their website to optimize for mobile searches are still coming to us for help because they saw a big decline in traffic. As we see voice searches increase in the coming years, start incorporating some of these techniques now to avoid a similar fate. Of course, if you need any help understanding how to best incorporate these tactics into your marketing strategy, hit the link in the description and connect with one of our marketing consultants. Like this video if you liked it, and ask Siri to share this with a law firm colleague that you know needs this advice. Be sure to subscribe to our GNGF channel to continue to receive the best legal marketing strategies on YouTube. I'll see you in another video.